Welcome everybody, and let's take a look at the Dow, some of the hourly charts first. Dow on the hourly. We held the 60-minute 8 all Euro session, all US session, but we could not, after an early push into this resistance area. You can see just how much resistance there is from this touch here. In this area here, we couldn't do anything with it. We couldn't break above it. We just sat there. So at the Dow Open, I bought 878 somewhere around here, and held on and just took it off at the end. I did a video of that. If you want to see that, drop me a line and I'll let you see a copy of that. While we're on the subject, let's look at oil. This is oil on an hourly chart again. After the invents, about half an hour after the invents, we dropped to this support level, got bought, and went right back to this area here. So a nice range-bound trade today if you were trading oil. Otherwise, the pound has been very, very slow today. It took called the pullback at 25, but we only finished 27 points higher. I mean, it's absolutely rubbish. So we sold off, had some selling into the Euro session, got bought. So if you were lucky enough to get down here, you squeezed 50 points out of it, out of, you know, it's like 8-9 hours. So it's very, very slow. Pound yen, on the other hand, excuse me, is just an embarrassment to think I've hardly got anything out of this. A lot of these moves here, that was in the Asian session, that was the end of the Asian session, just before the Euro session. In the early Euro session, or the main Euro session, it was selling, and then as we came out of the Euro session when I wasn't watching, it closed up, etc. So this has been really tough to trade. The only way you could have done this is to put an order in the book for support and just close your eyes, because that was not an easy trade. And euro. If we look at this on the daily, the euro's actually had a pretty reasonable day. This is much better than the pound. And I'll just look at, I think into the start of the Euro session we moved up here. So that was about 60 points. Still not a whole heap better. Yeah, this is where we closed at 9 o'clock UK time, and we pushed up into resistance. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so a very, very quiet day expected. And look at the euro right up there on the 50 and 200. So we bust through this today at tomorrow, and that is you know, a hammer-like bar, and we could do something. I suspect we'll come back and test that 127.82, and then if we are going to bust through, we'll work our way from there. You could trade that if you wanted to. I'm not. I'm going to stand aside and let that one do its thing, and get a pullback if it does break up. And the daily pound, having talked about the pound, we're heading for 160, but that's only 50 points away, so it's a tough trade. 159.35 is the pullback area. Might pull back to yesterday's open as it was so slow. If you want to trade more intraday, but just be careful because of the low volume. And this is what the pound yen looks like on the daily chart. Absolutely sky high, and right up into resistance now. Huge resistance there on the left. So it's not tradable. Well, you can trade it if you want, but that's going to be difficult. Pound Aussie dollar. Where's it gone? There we go. It's had a good time, but it's, if you're in this, great. I talked about entries down here. Obviously it's got a lot of congestion there. I'm going to wait for it to get above 154.40, but it's looking like a nice W pattern. with this long sweep down, push up. If it is a W, we might get, you never know, we might get the chance to get 153 if that is going to go up. Obviously the big area congestion here. But the fact is, we've had some good trading on this, so this is winding its way up. So pull back to 153. Let me think. Take that off a second. Pull back to 153.50 is a buy area. Here's the oil on the daily. There's a hammer-like bar on the 8. That looks as if. So what have we done? We've moved, come down here, swept up. So we keep having these sweeping actions. So I don't think there's any harm in looking to see if that can break out, and that will be the target, 91.75. We do look as if we could do that. And the trend line coming right down here. So it's effectively a hammer on a trend line. We've kissed the bottom of the trend line now. We're holding the fib support. So that is definitely tradable. 87.92 is the break, and the stop's got to be 86 down there. Excuse me, losing my voice. And I think that's pretty much it, because the Aussie dollar is just trapped in that fib range. It's been in there since late October, so I am leaving that be. And what else is there? All the yen pairs look pretty similar to that. Pound yen, gold. Let's have a look at the gold. And gold is just coming up any second now. It does look as if it's holding here. This looks like a nice bullish consolidation. So a break of 1737 should see that retest the highs, and who knows, maybe even break through. But with the low volume, I would just leave it. I would much rather wait and see if we close above there and then buy a pullback, just in case this rolls over. Alright, well, tread carefully because of Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow. Very little day for the next couple of days, so I'm going to stop this video before I really lose my voice, okay? Your feedback is welcome, and happy trading.